Long ago, during a time known to Allah, there lived a ruler whom the Quran called Dhul-Qarnayn, meaning the one with two horns, or the possessor of two epochs. Though scholars have different about the exact meaning of his title, Allah tells us in Surah Al-Kahf that He established Dhul-Qarnayn firmly on the earth and gave him means to achieve great things. Unlike many kings who become arrogant with power, Dhul-Qarnayn understood that every blessing came only from Allah. Whenever he achieved success, he praised his Lord rather than himself. His story begins with three remarkable journeys. The journey to the west. Dhul-Qarnayn traveled west until he reached the farthest place Allah allowed him to reach. The Quran describes that he found the sun appearing to set in a spring of dark, murky water. This describes how it appeared from his viewpoint, not that the sun literally sets into the water. There he encountered a community of people. Allah tested him with authority. He was given the choice of dealing with them through justice. Dhul-Qarnayn declared, "Whoever commits wrongdoing will face justice, but whoever believes in Allah and does righteous deeds will receive kindness and reward." Notice his balance. He was neither cruel nor weak. Justice and mercy walked together. This is the hallmark of a righteous leader. The journey to the east. After completing his western expedition, Allah guided him toward the east. He traveled until he reached people living where they had almost no protection from the sun. The Quran does not mention their exact location, tribe, or civilization. Instead, it teaches that Allah's knowledge encompasses every nation on earth. Again, Dhul-Qarnayn fulfilled his mission with fairness. No oppression, no arrogance, only obedience to Allah. The third journey. His third expedition brought him between two great mountains. There he found a people who could barely understand speech. Despite the language barrier, they managed to explain their disparate problem. Beyond those mountains lived Yajuj and Majuj. These people spread corruption throughout the land. The frightened community begged Dhul-Qarnayn for help. They even offered him wealth if he would build a barrier to stop them. But Dhul-Qarnayn refused payment. He said, "What my Lord has established me in is better." Instead of taking their money, he asked them to help with labor. This teaches us that sincere leaders do not exploit people's hardships. Dhul-Qarnayn ordered massive blocks of iron to be placed between the mountains. When the gap was filled, fires were lit until the iron became red hot. Then molten copper was poured over it. The result was an incredibly strong barrier. The Quran says Yajuj and Majuj could neither climb over it nor break through it. After this astonishing achievement, Dhul-Qarnayn did not boast. Instead, he said, "This is a mercy from my Lord." He knew the victory belonged to Allah alone. Then he made an amazing prophecy. He said that when Allah's promise comes near, the barrier will be reduced to dust. That promise refers to the events near the day of judgment. Who are Yajuj Majuj? The Quran mentions Yajuj and Majuj again in Surah Al-Anbiya, where Allah tells us that near the end of time, they will be released. Authentic Hadith explain that every day Yajuj and Majuj try to dig through the barrier. Each evening they stop before breaking through. They say they will finish tomorrow, but because they do not say Inshallah, Allah restores the barrier. Finally, when Allah wills their release near the last day, they will say, "Tomorrow, if Allah wills." Then they will return and find the barrier as they left it, and they will break through by Allah's permission. They will spread across the earth in enormous numbers. After the return of Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Allah will destroy Yajuj and Majuj in a way that no human army could. Was Dhul-Qarnayn Alexander the Great? Some historical reports identified Dhul-Qarnayn with Alexander the Great. However, many scholars rejected this identification because Alexander was associated with beliefs and practices that do not match the Qur'anic description of a righteous servant devoted to Allah. The Quran itself does not reveal his personal name. What matters is not his widely identity, but the lessons from his faith, justice, and humility. Lessons from Dhul-Qarnayn. Power is a trust from Allah, not a reason for pride. A true leader establishes justice, not oppression. Success should increase gratitude, not arrogance. Helping people sincerely is more valuable than seeking wealth. No barrier, kingdom, or civilization lasts forever. Everything exists only by Allah's permission. The greatest protection is obedience to Allah. The story of Dhul-Qarnayn reminds us that true greatness is not measured by wealth, armies, or territory. It is measured by faith, justice, humility, and service to humanity. One day the barrier will fall exactly as Allah promised. The rise of Yajuj and Majuj will be among the major signs that the day of judgment is near. Until then, believers prepare not by guessing locations or dates, but by strengthening their faith and righteous deeds. May Allah make us among those who use every blessing in His obedience, just as the righteous King Dhul-Qarnayn did. Ameen.